Welcome to this product comparison video where we're just going to run you through the various options you've got currently on the UK market for fertility specific lubricants. This is a market that's expanded quite rapidly over the last 10 years. First into the market is the one we've got in the centre here, which was pre-seed. This is basically the first one that came from the US and led the market. Since then it's been followed by a variety of Me Too lubricants, including Zestica, FertilPlus, and the most recent entrant into the market is FertilSafe in the baby start range. So we've got three packs here which are more or less comparable, and we're just going to run you through what the differences is when you're considering purchasing. In the centre we've got pre-seed, which is a 40-gram tube. This comes with, if we just open this up, show you what's in it. You get a 40-gram tube of pre-seed, which is a sort of toothpaste style size pre-seed lubricant, and you get these applicators which fit onto the tube, and you fill these with gel and apply them vaginally. And it has got guides on here in terms of how much you're actually putting into the applicator prior to application. So it goes from 1 gram up to 9 grams. Now, criticism of pre-seed with the pre-filled applicators are when it wasn't in this format and came in the pre-filled packs, that is, was that there was far too much lubricant for most ladies and they were flooding basically by using the full amounts. So the beauty of having these applicators with this pack is that it does allow you to regulate just how much lubricant you're putting into the high vagina, and most ladies get away with using between 1 and 2, possibly 3 grams for most occasions, and that will mean that you will get in excess of the 9 applicants from a 40-gram tube. Very variable, but it does give you that option. If we compare that to the contents of this pack, which is the FertilSafe Plus, with this what you get is just the lubricant 75 ml. That's 2.5 US fluid ounces if you're watching this in the States. Basically is a slightly larger tube than the pre-seed and gives you a slightly increased volume. It's very confusing when they go from grams into fluid ounces and mils, but if you just compare those two tube sizes, you'll see there's quite a bit of increased lubricant in the FertilSafe 75 mils. If we compare the price of these currently on the UK market, you're looking at between £15.75 down to £14.90 on some websites, but as high as £18 for the pre-seed on retail sites. The FertilSafe Plus, you're looking at between £12.75 and around £14.90 tops. So in terms of value for money for the lubricant, in terms of your volume and number of applications, the FertilSafe from Baby Start definitely wins out over the pre-seed. Pre-seed, having said that, has got a lot of testimonial feedback suggesting its efficacy. Baby Start you expect to have less as it's a newer entrant into the market. Is there any scientific evidence suggesting that one is better than the other? To be absolutely honest, having read all the papers, researched this in terms of what we're going to sell and why, there isn't. They'll both do the same job. You'll have your personal preference. You obviously get the applicators with the pre-seed. I know everybody will be looking at it and saying, well, it's a smaller tube, but I do get the applicators. Do you need the applicators to use these lubricants? Do they have to be placed high vaginally? Can they just be placed introitally or used during foreplay prior to sex as a straightforward sexual lubricant? There is no reason or proof that one method of application is better than the other. Having said that, with the Baby Start packs, you do get the option, if we move that out of the way so it doesn't get confusing, for this pack, which is a combination pack. Now in this, if you do want the applicators, you like using the applicators and you want to continue using the applicators, you, in addition to your 75 ml tube, get a couple of reusable washable applicators. There isn't a very clear indicator or guide on here in terms of how much lubricant you've actually applied into them. Not as nicely designed as the pre-seed applicators, but you also get these two pre-filled applicators of the lubricant included, which are just twist lids, and then it can be applied directly introitally and into the lower third of the vagina with those applicators. Obviously not as long as the full-size applicators, but with that pack you've got the options in terms of how you're going to use it and when. The convenience of a pre-filled pack, which you may want to use occasionally, or if you're traveling, to take away a few rather than taking the full setup. And you've got these applicators which give you the same ability to put your fertility lubricant high vaginally should you choose to do so. Now that is a slightly more expensive pack than the 75ml because of the additional kit you're getting in there. Price on that one compared to the other two, you're looking at between £14.90 and £16 for that pack. So it's coming in more or less at a similar price as the pre-seed with the 9 applicators, but with this one you've got the reusable applicators and a slightly increased amount of lubricant. So again, cost per use I suppose we should look at with these. Pre-seed's definitely the highest, then the baby start combination, and then the 75ml definitely coming in at the more affordable end of the market. And there you have it, the 3 current big selling options that we've got on the Access Diagnostics website and ValueMed. We'll put a link on the bottom of these videos which takes you directly to where we've got these currently on offer. We do a bundle pack, I think, where you get one of each lubricant. It may still contain the Conceive Plus options as well, which we've not shown here but have done in a separate video, so that may be of interest to you. It does basically come down to personal choice. We're not making any recommendation here in terms of one being scientifically proven to be better or more efficacious than the other. We've explained why there is more testimonial against pre-seed than these other more modern lubricants, simply because of market share and the fact that it's been around for such a long period of time. So there you are, you've got the options there to look at what's best for you and what you'd like to try when you're in the conception phase.